Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the year four of episode one of the Clem and Claw Show, live from the parts unknown. Second and fourth Mondays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 8:30 Central Time, 6:30 on the West Coast, and that's it, pretty much. Like I said, from the parts unknown, the Clem and Claw Show. Uh, a lot of things happening. Well, not in the catfight world, but a lot of things happening sports
Wait,
wise.
wait, 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 wait. Hold on. This is year four, so we must celebrate accordingly.
There you go. Yes,
So 4 years, man. 4 years. 4 years we've been doing this podcast. Through the ups, through the downs, the days we were sick, the days. Oh my God. Now, for those of y'all that may look back through the annals and say, well, the first one we see on YouTube is November 9th, 2020. Well, we did 2 episodes before that. We did one. The first one we did was on October 21st, 2020. Then the second one we did was October 28th, 2020, exactly 4 years ago today. But at that time, we did it. We was doing it once a week until we tried to find something. We was like, we got to find something that works for us. So we put out a poll, and then out of that poll, we put, hey, what do y'all think? Mondays, we gave them Mondays. What was Mondays, Tuesdays, or Thursdays?
Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday.
And Monday and Thursdays tied. So we ended up picking Mondays. And so we've been doing it Mondays ever since. I think we got maybe 1 month. I mean, we pretty much been hitting it. So if you're talking about 2 episodes a month for 4 years, that's 48.
Yep.
I know we did one with a special edition with Vika, which was separate. That would be a 49th episode. And I'm trying to think, did we go 1 month where we only had one? I think we had a couple where it didn't hit on that Monday. We either spilled over to that Tuesday, or I think one episode we spilled to a Wednesday just because of there was stuff going on. But we pretty much more or less been consistent with it. We've had days you was late, I was late, running late, or you were sick, I was sick.
Yep.
That say 4 years for anything that we kept something running. I don't think is no accident. And definitely kudos to all the fans, kudos to all the listeners and stuff that's been watching us now for 4 years. I just can't believe it's been 4 years already. Thank you to all the guests that we've had. I know we've had at least somewhere between 20 to 30. I know 20 is on the low end. I want to say it's somewhere between 20 and 30 guests that we've had on the show since we started this thing. So, yeah, man. So I'm excited for the 4th anniversary because I know it's always like right after your birthday. So
yeah.
So your birthday earlier in October. So yep. So So I'm excited, man, to be running. We started this in the pandemic, and we're still here.
We're still here, man.
And that's been kind of funny about things in life. There's been something that was born during the pandemic, and then once the pandemic was over, people was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna put that up. I'm gonna go do something else. But for us, we still decided keep this thing running. We've seen people come and go.
Yeah, we have. Yes, we have.
And there'll be a day where we're done too, and we're like, you know what, this is our last episode.
Exactly.
I don't know if it'll be a nice round number or a nice round time or whatever, or the fact that we just even made it a 4, I think was because there was some days I woke up, I was like, Lord, I don't know how much longer I can pull through this, but.
Yeah, I agree with you. Those days where I'm like you. Those days, like, do I want to do this? Like you said, Yeah, there was days like, do we want to do this? Me and him.
And
Is it
for
days?
people that think we're doing this for clout chase so that we get paid
We're
now,
not.
no, we do this because we're fans of the drama, we're fans of the sport, fans of the fetish, fans of whatever you want to call it. I know some people call it sports, some people call it fetish. You know,
We say it's
that's
both
that would be on the eternal debate.
for years.
Yeah, so like I said, we will be um excited. Yeah, so but yeah, but let's go ahead and enough about us celebrating and hearing all the horns, you know. So, but
There's
one
not
more,
much.
I got to hear one more round
Go
of
ahead.
applause again for
Yeah, go ahead.
4 years. 4 years. So now let's give the people what they came for. They hear catfight news. So come go ahead and take it away.
There was only one place to start. As everybody knows, last was it? Yeah, last Monday, after it was delayed for a few minutes due to reasons that are out of their control, the Mexican Catfight League, aka Awesome Catfights, returned in big fashion. As everybody knows, Santana and Valentina was the main event. Everybody kind of knows that one. But the undercard, which is verified, and Yamilet was another one. If you're looking at the trailer, it looked fantastic. Again, don't read too much into the trailer. You actually have to buy the fight first, right? Buy the fight first, make your opinions on it, and then go from there.
Mm-hmm.
It's too early. You can't, as my friend always says, it's too early. You can't base your opinions on a 30-second hotspot trailer.
Cannot,
Just
cannot,
cannot.
cannot. I
Fans in
will.
general. Go ahead.
Yes, I will say my opinion. I think both fights were solid. Both fights
Me
were
too.
very good. It showed me. Shouts out to Rodolfo when I'm pulling
Seriously.
off not one but two.
Two.
Just one is just a monumental task. To pull off two is even more so amazing. Um, the thing that I think that gets me is, and I don't think the average fan or just fans in general, sponsors I know appreciate because they put their money up.
Facts.
I don't think the average fan understands how deeply difficult it is to get the women to do this.
Exactly.
Um, you know, and just them participating is a
Yeah.
joy and a treat.
Fact.
And so just seeing them out there to compete, it's I was just happy to just to see it pull off. Some people may say, well, this is not UFC, so they're not going to come in doing
True.
a whole bunch of stuff, jumping off walls and stuff like that. No, this is a cat fight. So they pretty much adhere to all the elements, pretty much adhere to the rules, and they got down to
Exactly.
business. And there was pretty much a definitive winner in both fights.
Well,
So
fine. Yep. You can
that's the
say
thing.
that.
But it was a good fight. It was a good fight. But there was a defined winner. Because at the end of the day, you want to know on that day, you know, who was better on that day. There was no
Exactly.
doubt left. No doubt left.
This is why we don't say who the winner is on the show. We don't want to spoil stuff. We want y'all to actually watch and form your own opinions.
But we will certify, yes, this one is definitely one for the collection. Definitely one for the collection.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Um, it's definitely one for the collection. So
Yeah, yeah, and it looks good. And to think that one of the fighters was her last fight. I'm not going to say it. She said herself. I don't even have to say it. She came out and said it. So I'm just repeating. So, and she is definitely one of the. I would agree with clauses regimen requirements of people who have fought 5 times. She's one of them. Definitely, definitely a 5 time. Not in the American version, but at least in the Mexican Catfight annals, she's sort of a legend. So
let me ask you this: how many fights did she do?
I know she done Santana twice. She did Columbia Rose, I think. Santana did
Oh,
Columbia
okay. You talking about
Rose.
Valentina? Okay, but I was
No,
talking
not
about.
about Valentina. I thought about Santana. Not Valentina. Valentina's not retired yet.
Well, no, 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 no. See, that's the thing. You was talking about Santana. You said she fought Santana. Like, no, 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 no. Santana is the one I'm referring to. How
Oh,
many
okay.
fights have she done?
She
So
had
she
two
fought.
against. If you got Valentina, she's fought Columbia Rose. She fought someone else too. I forgot. I have to go back into the catalog. She had at least 4 or 5.
I was, yeah, okay, all right. It's just like I know that we had said 6,
Yeah, we
and
did
out of
say
the 6, you need to win at least 4.
4.
She may be one just because, again, it's so difficult to get people to do it, and I can't even imagine from an international standpoint. You're trying to add. I, And I will say this: that all the fights she's been in, she's performed well. So,
Yep.
matter of fact, I would say for both Valentina and Santana, for me, they
Yep.
both are legends. Just
I agree
because
with that. I agree
they,
with that.
matter of fact, any of them, all of them are legends. Just for the fact that they came out to compete.
That's
All
it.
Miss V and Amelia and all of that, they're
Yeah.
all, they're all the legends. Just because, again, you trying to get this pull off south of the border. And there's been other, whether it was Crystal Films or other productions that tried to do some stuff
Yep.
south of the border. Nobody's been able to pull it off as strong as Rodolfo has.
Facts.
So
Facts.
again, he definitely, even if he never put out another fight, he's definitely the greatest south of the border that we've had.
I
And
agree with
when I
that.
say south of the border, I'm going to include it all the way. I can't go all the way to Brazil because you got MXF. They
Hey.
will have something
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
to
Don't
say
forget about that.
about that. They would say probably because of the sheer volume of stuff, they probably would say, well, but I think, but I will argue, I will put Rodolfo's cat fights up
I
against
agree.
whatever the best that MXF has come out with.
I
Because
agree.
MXF early work was a lot more hard hitting than the stuff they came out with
Lately.
last X number of years.
Gotcha.
Um, so, but yeah, but I would
Yeah,
definitely,
Rodolfo's fights is definitely up there. I agree with that.
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah, if I had to make a list of and I'm not going to bring it up, but if I had to make a list of cat fights, current cat fights, he's definitely up there. He's in sweet fights for sure. Those two.
I just think I'm giving Rodolfo just a little bit more of a tag. I mean, for any of the producers pulling off, we've seen it with Slap City out across the pond. You
Yep.
know,
Oh my
we've
days.
seen it's just the degree of difficulty of pulling these off
Very, very.
because no matter how bad you want to do it, if you don't have the talent,
It will not pull off. It
it,
won't
it,
happen.
yeah,
It's not gonna happen. So Slap City, we gotta give him much respect. Him and Cast Review. People need to understand. London people are not. What's the word I'm looking for? And I went to London some time ago, long time ago. These people are not. What's the word I'm looking for? They're very conservative, right? Let's put it that way. They're very conservative. They're not adventurous. People in London. That's just my
okay.
opinion.
I've
So
never been, so I
yeah, I'm just
wouldn't be
saying
able to say one way or the other.
they're very traditional. So for you to pull off cat fights with finding women, like you said, that's the whole thing. It's not easy. It's not as easy
But
as you think.
couldn't we say that in most places though?
Yeah, I know. In most places we're saying that, but I'm just referring to London by itself.
Now,
No, in most places, yes.
I guess. See, I mean, then when we get into the geopolitics of it, like okay, the number of people per capita per square
Yeah,
inch,
yeah,
because again, at the end of the day, if you don't have the talent to do it, it
yep.
doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter how many. Yeah, you got to have the talent to do it. It is. Yeah, but that's getting into geopolitics.
Yeah, that's geopolitics. But yeah. So yeah, people, the fights are out now. Those two fights are out. They're both on clips for sale. If I think if I looked at the price, I think it was $30.99. Not bad considering this is also a new thing. They had something new. Usually they do face slapping, but that was not it in these videos. He started to do something interesting. I guess he did some tick grabbing in the beginning to get the girls used to what they're going to be doing in these fights. So that's a different idea, if you know what I mean. Much different. So that one's a good thing. So there's that. So that's it. That's it for catfight news. That's it. this is the time, as he said, this is the time of the year where things start to slow down. Things, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, 3 holidays in a row. Things start to slow down. So people, we had a little bit of explosion of cat fights with sweet fights, and then you have awesome, and then you have Rodolfo too. So they're out, people. The videos are out on Clips for Sale. So buy them, right? Buy them. So that's it. Anything else? I think I'm done on my end. I ain't got nothing more to say.
Yeah, yeah. To your point, man, I'm just wondering. I didn't go back, to play the interviews or whatever, when we first started. But traditionally, in these 4 years we've done the show, this is the I would say Halloween. Halloween is kind of the kickoff point
Yep.
between Halloween and New Year's.
Yep.
There traditionally hasn't been that many fights. I remember there was one year, I want to say it was 22,
Yep.
when New Year's, I think, might have fell on the weekend or something like that.
It
And
did.
I
It did.
remember the big fight, I think Lyric and them or somebody had a big fight,
Yep.
literally like the second and the third, like literally right after.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's just they literally have one right after.
Yep.
So yeah. Oh, I gotta ask you, as we just killing time just to try to make the episode interesting.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What is your thoughts on the Usos look like they're coming back together?
Yeah. It looks. For Jay, I don't like the optics for him at this point in time. Because now he's back to being what's name. He's back to being like the sidebar to the bloodline, because as we all know, Roman Reigns is back now. So, and we all know he's trying to get rid of what's his name, the one who was in charge after he left. After he left, the guy, I forgot his name now. It looks like
Solo?
it's there. Yeah, Solo. He looked like he's trying to get rid of Solo, if you know what I mean. Because every time Solo has a fight, yes, Roman Reigns always shows up. So there's a storyline going on with that. And the Usos being back together is a storyline, of course. So I'm not surprised about that, them being back together after he lost to Braun Breaker. So I'm not really surprised at all.
Yeah, I
I don't
kind
like
of
it,
thought.
but whatever.
Yeah, I kind of thought it was kind of suspect
Mm.
the way they did it, but I understand why they did it the way they did, and but I will say, in the interest of story writing, they had to make it even.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact of having it set up where Tama Tonga and Tongaloa
Yep. Mm-hmm.
losing their belts as well, and Jay, being involved in their match. So
Mm.
it's almost kind of like if you're going to have these two fight, clear out all the titles so that way, none of that.
Yeah.
My question is, do you? I mean, it's still at this point, you still have 3 and 4. That's still not going to work.
Mm.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't most of these War Games matches supposed to be 5-on-5?
Yes.
Not
Yes.
saying you can't have a 4-on-4 match
Yeah.
because you got The Rock. You got to figure out where he gonna fit in.
Correct. That's correct.
Cody has his own issues. So
Yep.
let's say if they're gonna keep it 4-on-4, who's gonna be the fourth one? And to me, there's only really two real options. You
Mm.
either bring the the honorable Oos back. You either bring Sami
One
Zayn
minute.
back.
Give me 1 minute. Hello. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I do. I was waiting.
yeah. So you either gonna have to bring Sami Zayn back, or you're going to have to bring in, oh God, the youngest Uso brother, who I think is still out there, but they haven't. I forgot Jonathan, the youngest Uso brother. I forgot what is it. Zilla
Uh-huh.
Fatu? Is that the youngest one?
Yeah, think so.
Yeah, Zilla. So you either got to bring in Zilla or you bringing in Sammy to make it
Uh-huh.
4-4 because you can't. The wise man's not gonna fight. He's too old.
Right,
So who's gonna be that fourth person? Because just right now you still got 4-on-3.
right.
You got to bring in the fourth. So either I think at this end of the game, because you're talking about they're going in the crown jewel this weekend,
Yep.
and the fact that um I don't see it working. And you're talking about Survivor Series is gonna be Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving weekend. And that's too late in the game, in my personal opinion, to be bringing in. And it ain't like there's somebody. There ain't like there's somebody in NXT that you think that could slide over for the night. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Ain't like none of them's in the NXT or whatever. So outside of bringing in Zilla as a surprise that no one see coming, I think having Sammy, because let's be honest, Sammy makes sense because right now, Sammy hasn't been on TV in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
You know, just like Jay, they had took some time off. Sammy
Right.
hadn't been on TV, and, and all you need is a 2 or 3 week build up with
Right.
Sammy, and then bam, you ready for the match. You
Yep.
gotta you gotta bring it to Sammy, and it kind of works out because if you make Raw next week, have Sammy bring him in and say, hey, we would love to have you back at the fourth, you know. And then have Jay kind of bring Sammy back in. Just like how Sammy was the reason why Jay came around.
Right.
It's not Jay be the reason why Sammy comes back.
Right.
You know, they do that little, you know,
Yep.
whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So I
Yep.
always thought that was kind of cool. That was kind of cool. Yeah.
Interesting. So what do you think about this Lillian Garcia coming back and Samantha Irvin being kicked out? That was a mad storyline. And they, of course, she came out and said what she said. Samantha, that is. So
I didn't hear what Samantha came out and said, but man, when I saw Lillian Garcia, I said, "Oh wow!"
you're not
I
the only
want
one.
to know how. Ooh, I was like, okay,
You are the only
this is
one.
yeah. So for them to pull that off, I mean, when is the last time we seen Lillian? We ain't seen her since Vince. That
It's
looked
been a
like a call Vince would have made.
oh
I
yeah,
kid you not.
definitely.
That
Definitely.
reminds me of an old school
Vince
Vince
McMahon
McMahon call.
call. Yep.
He would have been like, "Go get Lillian," you know. That's what that sounds like to me.
I agree with you. I agree
That
with
was
you.
genius. I would have never thought of it.
Neither would I.
I didn't even know Lillian was available, much less.
Me too. And
I did not see that coming.
and the funny part is Samantha's been with the have been with the organization for 3 years. So it's not like she's a new person. 3 years is pretty, pretty long. Being the ring announcer.
Yeah.
Of course, she said, of course, she exonerated a little bit of WWE saying it was my decision to blah blah blah. But I don't believe that for a minute. I have a feeling that Vince has to be part of this. Has to be. We all know Triple H is doing it,
Nah.
so
I think it's enough water on the bridge.
okay. Interesting.
I think there's enough water on the bridge.
Mm,
They can do that without Vince being involved.
gotcha. I just found that interesting. That's it.
But that strikes me as the type of move Vince would have made, and
Yeah.
he's still been in charge. Well, bring back Lillian. Yeah.
Oh, 100.
Is Howard Finkel still around? Or he's still with us? Or
I don't know. I haven't seen him in a minute. Truth be told, man. I couldn't tell you because I don't have a clue.
yeah, I mean, outside of Howard Finkel, yeah, I just don't know if there's anybody else.
Mm.
Yeah.
What else is happening? What else is happening? I know that one of ex WWE guys is in AEW now. I saw that.
Right.
But
Then the Motor City Machine Gun. I
yeah,
don't know nothing about that story. I
I don't
barely
either.
heard of them.
I haven't heard them either. All I know they're the tag team champions in SmackDown. I know that much. I don't know much about them at all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Chris
you do.
Sabin. Yeah, I know one of them made a nice little post
Mm,
about their journey and on Instagram and like really thanking everybody along the way. And I know the
yeah,
fan base. This is where I know I'm just out of it because the fan base was just so when they came out, people were just like, I felt bad because I was like, man, I'm so far out of it. I didn't even know about these guys. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I mean,
you
I've
both
heard
are
of
fine.
Saban. It's like I heard maybe it's I think what it is, I truly this is what I truly think it is. I just think it's so much content out there. It's so much content and so much show. It's not like how I used to be as a kid. We only got 1 hour of AWA, NWA wrestling. There was
Yep,
1 hour of Texas wrestling.
yep,
The WWF, I don't remember them having a weekly show, but I remember Saturday Night Main Event, which they are bringing back,
yep,
would be like once a quarter. They'll have
correct.
the big pay-per-view shows.
Yep,
That was about it. Now
yep.
you talking about all these hours at AEW. AEW has what, 2 shows a week?
2 shows a week. Yes.
AEW has 2 shows a week. The WWE has their
NXT,
with
NXT on
NXT, that's
Tuesdays.
3 shows. Then you got TNA Impact.
Yep.
Obviously, they got their own show. Then you got the New Japan Wrestling stuff. I don't know
Yep.
if Ring of Honor still has that stuff.
I
It's
haven't heard about
just
that.
so much going. I in my stage of life that I'm in now, I just don't have the time to sit there and watch that much hours of content. I just don't
Same.
have the I
Same.
just don't have the free time.
Same.
It's like you have to be someone like you have no responsibilities, no bills,
No,
and
nothing.
all you have to do is just sit there and watch wrestling. Like
Yeah.
short of being a blogger and working for it's I just don't see how you have the time to keep up with all. Not saying that you can't keep up with folks that's in different individual leagues or maybe a minor league come up, but man, this is it's almost getting like pro sports. Well, I mean, it is a professional.
It
It
is.
is
Sports
professional,
entertainment.
but
So yeah.
it's just like sports entertainment. But it's like trying to keep up. It's almost like when UFC, when you try to keep up with who's all the up and comers and fighting
Yep.
in all these other little shadow leagues. I call them shadow leagues.
They are
And
shadow
trying to
leagues.
keep up. It's just almost impossible.
Yeah, you got Invictus
You,
and you got Combat this and you got MMA. You're right. All these names.
PFL and
Crazy.
Bellator and
And Bellator and
the one ONE.
O&E
Yeah,
and
I
all these.
just I
It's too
don't know how
much.
to keep
As much
up.
as, I like. Don't get me wrong. I like MMA, but it's too much. I'm like you. I'm strictly going to focus on UFC, and that's it. That's it. I'm trying to focus on that, right? But like you said, we don't have free time to watch all these fights, prelims, and everything. Like you said, it takes a long.
It's a lot. Now, since we talk about anniversaries, this would be funny. Now, let me ask you this: do you think that would be a problem if Cat Fights was on that level, or he had that many hours of content? And
Wow, that's a great question.
if we had that much on, best believe this would not be a 2 episode a month show. We
No,
wouldn't be doing at least a show. And we had okay.
go ahead. I'm listening.
SmackDown is 2 hours. Raw
Correct.
is 3.
Raw is 3, 7 to 10.
That's
Yeah.
5. AEW, how many hours are there 2 shows?
What? I want to say it's 2 hours on that one too. I
You
want
know, let's say
to
2 hours apiece since there's
let's
two
say it's 2 hours.
shows.
That's 4.
2 hours apiece, that's 2 shows. That's 9. Then you got NXT, which is 2 hours.
Possibly. I haven't watched NXT in a long time, but I'm
Right.
gonna say it is 2. I'm
I
gonna say
haven't
it's 2
watched
hours.
the NXT episode from start to finish.
Neither have I. It's
In
been
a
a
minute,
minute.
right? And so we'll say 2, just to be safe.
Say
That's
2.
11.
That's 11.
We ain't got into New Japan. We ain't got into none of them others. If we had 10 to 11, 10 to 12 hours of program, we'll just say 10. This is a
Yep.
nice round number. If
Say
we
10.
had 10 hours of programming of cat fights a week,
Whew. Dude, we're gonna be here once. We'll be on once every 2 days, 2 or 3 days. There is no once a month, like you said, or twice. Whatever we're
I
doing.
think we could do once a week. I think we could get one good episode,
Agree.
a good episode. Well, that's all we talk about, and we have to fill it with talk about anything else.
This is facts.
On 10
This is
hours, then not all the 10 hours would be worth mentioning.
true.
And then not to mention, if you got that many hours of content, then that means you got that many more fighters. Which means if
Correct.
we have that many more fighters, we should be able to have an interview. And this show will probably be on its shortest day, 45 minutes.
Correct.
On its shortest day. We would be running easily an hour, hour and a half.
Facts.
Easily. So
Right.
I mean we could dream, but it just I know, even though it's not cat fights, but to the female talent, the one thing I will mention, somebody made the observation. I think on NXT, Shawn Michaels had 26 women make an appearance on the show in some shape, form, or fashion
Wow.
during the episode. Like people was like acknowledging that. They was like, "Oh my God, look what Shawn Michaels did. He got 26."
Jeez.
So I
Yo.
don't know if he did that intentionally or they were going for a record or what. But that show was almost female dominated from start to
Mm,
finish.
mm.
But I just remember just seeing that in the blogs and stuff that they made mention of that, and I was like, "Oh wow, it's kind of a big deal. That's kind of a really big deal to put that many ladies that they got running."
That's a
Which
lot.
means if you got 26 ladies, I think the WWE as a whole might only barely have 26,
I agree with you there.
25, 26.
Yep.
So you talking about if half of them are in, which goes back to my thing of screen time.
Yep.
Because screen time is very big.
Huge.
And let's be honest, if we're going to count those 26, 25, 26 that's on the main roster, I'm taking into account the ones that right now that's either on the shelf or on vacation or just
Yep.
still training hadn't came back yet, like Charlotte
Yep.
and Becky Lynch.
Yep.
That's me counting them too.
And oh yeah, go ahead. Yep.
So that's why I wonder, and if they put on these good matches and quality matches, I wonder if would warrant, could they warrant an all girls show? I don't know if it's gotten to that point.
I don't think it's gone there yet. It's building there though.
That you don't think they got to that point. Well, they can have an all female show.
Not yet.
If you got 26 girls, man,
The problem is
I'm just
consistency.
saying.
26 girls, I
Yeah.
hear you, but the problem is consistency.
Okay.
How much screen time are they going to actually build for all the ladies involved? That's the thing.
Hmm. Yeah, because you would have to flesh. And to be honest, 26 when I think the only way you can really make that work is if the 26 was in with the group that they have now and
Correct.
SmackDown, and yes, then you could probably build a whole. I think you would probably need at least 50.
Yep.
I think you would need at least 50 ladies in
Yep.
order to make a 2 hour, 3 hour show work. Because you got
I agree.
travel and you got all these other things.
Agree.
Well, all right, let's see here. Ladies and gentlemen, I see we have our special guest. We have a special guest on. Um, and I'm just testing to make sure she can hear us. Can you hear us? Miss V, can you hear us? Hello?
I don't know if she has her connection on too.
I
Internet
mean,
connection.
she can have the picture, but I'm just trying to see if she can hear us. Can you? I guess she dropped out. Yeah,
She
so we
dropped
were
out.
trying to bring in. Yeah, the thing is, I still don't know how to say her name properly. I wanted her to say it because I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Let her say because I don't want to mess it up either. I want to say it's
yeah.
verified, but I might be wrong. Miss V sounds about right for us.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna tell. We saw. Let her know. Oh,
Yeah, people, if you're watching, which I know some of you are not, but stick with us. We're trying to get stuff
mm,
moving.
mm, yeah. Yeah. So while we wait for her, but we just, again, she was one of the participants in the Mexican catfights for the weekend.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, so she agreed to come on and just share some stuff with us. Let's see, we're trying to get her back on.
One.
We thank her for her time.
True. Because for people who don't know, it's late everywhere, people. Late everywhere, literally.
Well, I know she is
She's
in
probably my time zone.
Mexico. She's in Mexico, but I just don't know if she's your time or she's out what.
I think she's my time zone because I'm in Texas. Texas and Mexico is not that far off each other. We have to cross the border to get to Mexico from Texas. So she's in my time zone. I am pretty sure she's in my time zone. I'm pretty positive. But then again, you're right. She might be on the West Coast too. In that case, they'll be like 8:28 then.
Mm,
If it's my time zone, it's 10:28. Yours 11:28.
let's see. I'm trying to. What we may have to do, if we do, if so, we may just sign off and get her on, and then once we get her on, we'll come back and restart. I'm not opposed to doing that, so we're not sitting here killing time on the air.
I got what
But
you're saying. We
or
could
at
do
least we, or at least we can just take a minute. Let me see if this thing still has the timers. I wouldn't mind taking.
I wouldn't
Let's
have a
see.
problem. I wouldn't have a problem, like you said, ending the show and then what you said. Like you said, if someone not killing air on this.
Okay, hold on. Let me see first if I can. Settings. No. Because I
Oh,
want to.
oh, okay. Here's what she said. She said, "I have some problems to connect." That's what she said just now. This was now. I just seen this.
Yeah, yeah, because she had DM'd me. Yeah, so let's do this. I'm going to run the 5 minute spot, and we're
Uh-huh.
going to try to see if we can get on. If after 5 minutes she doesn't isn't able to get on, we'll end the show, and then we'll just try to bring her on at another time.
Okay,
Okay. Let
sounds
me
good.
run the let me run the 5 minute spot. Let me trying to think which one of these files don't want to run. I think no, that's not the one I want. Okay, I almost got her on here, but I need to take one more break. Okay,
Okay.
let me do. I'm gonna try. Testing, testing, testing. Clem, you still there?
Yeah, man.
Let's see.
Yeah,
I don't see. I don't.
pull up your chat. I think she might probably wrote something.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, I can't say it right now because I'm not on camera to tell you. That is
No,
8
that's the
seconds.
same one.
Oh, it is?
But no, but she sent me a screenshot. Let me see. Hold on, because I'm this close to the end. The joining.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's the same one. You're right.
You are live. Let's support it. Select it one more. Oh wow. The fact. So this is what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead, close up shop.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go old school. I'm gonna either get what should we do? Restream? Go back old school, restream or stream your. I'm trying to remember which one we could record on.
You want to do a restream? StreamYard is more
We will.
problematic.
We yeah. We may try that, and then just I'll work it in. We may just save the interview part for the next episode. So, all right, let's go ahead and close this, and then we're gonna have some tidbits for you guys on the next one. Go around. All right. I can be reached at Carswell at X and IG.
And I can be reached at Clem _ on IG and Clem Okufo on X.
All right. Next episode will be, oh, it kicked it off too. I had it. I had it up. It will be November 11th.
Wow. I'm trying to remember if there's an important holiday on that day. That's what I'm trying to think of.
Yes, it is. That is Veterans Day.
That's what I thought. So
That is
yeah,
Veterans.
people, we will be streaming live on Veterans Day. Shout out to the veterans already. I'm already going to do that before we even get there. You know who you are. So with that being said, myself, Clem Okufo, Klaus Webb, we are out. Until next time, everyone, have a good one. Peace.